Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wa sallallahu ala Muhammadin wa alihi tahirin. In the previous sessions, I talked about the methodology which is there for our brothers of Ahl Sunnah, that according to the principle for them, they should omit whatever which is about the conflict among Sahaba. Then people can love Sahaba, can have the sympathy towards them. And this is the foundation of faith and Iman for a Sunni person. And anything that is going to hurt it, they reject and abandon it. So, in other words, the primary principle before any debate is that we love Sahaba no matter who they are and what they are, and we are not allowed to talk about the truth. Truth doesn't matter. What matters is love of Sahaba, and all the religion is established on this love. This is contrary to Shia, that Shia has a kind of critical approach to find the truth. For Shia, what matters is the truth. And Shia has the criteria to find the truth. So they should believe in something which is truth. And the Shia finds the salvation and Jannah in appealing to truth and standing with the truth. By this approach, if we come and study the sources, there are things that are the certain amount, that you can find it in Shia Sunni books, that nobody can deny it. And it is that there was a conflict. This is certain, that there was a conflict between Ahlulbayt and Khulafa. They want to say that no, that this wasn't that much serious. And later on, Imam Ali came and said that we are in good terms with you, we have no problem with you. And Abu Bakr cried, Umar cried, Ali cried, and they loved each other. But this is not something that we can find it with the remaining evidence and proofs. I said, after all those censorship, there were serious gaps and challenges there. This is something that a person who is fair studying the history can make sure about it. There is a hadith in Sahih Bukhari. There are lots of hadiths. I just refer to some. Volume 4, page 79. It is about the days after the demise of the Prophet and what was going on. Sunni sources, they try to limit the conflict to the issue of Fadak, that Lady Fatima was angry only because of Fadak. But when we study the atmosphere, we see that it is more than Fadak. Bear in mind the personality of Lady Fatima Zahra and the position that she has. It is not just to be acceptable to say that it was only because of some material, mundane interest. In the hadith, it says, فَقَالَ لَهَا Abu Bakr, after those debates that they deprived Lady Fatima from Fadak, Abu Bakr told her, I heard Rasulullah, Inna Rasulullah qala, the Prophet said, La nurath, we do not leave anything as inheritance. Ma tarakna sadaqa, whatever we leave is sadaqah. So Fadak, because the Prophet said that whatever I leave is sadaqah, Fadak in the hand of Fatima is sadaqah, so it should be decided by the Khalifa what to do about it. It cannot be in the hand of Lady Fatima anymore. فَغَضِبَتْ فَاطِمَةُ بِنْتَ رَسُولِ اللَّهِ. So Fatima was angry with this. فَحَجَرَتْ أَبَا بَكْرٍ. So Fatima left Abu Bakr and abandoned seeing and meeting Abu Bakr. فَلَمْ تَزَلْ مُهَاجَرَتَهُ حَتَّى تُوفِّيَتْ. So Fatima was in bad negative terms. She was sort of disconnected the relations by Abu Bakr and didn't see him, didn't talk to him till the moment that she passed away. So Lady Fatima was angry with Abu Bakr till the last moment of her life. وَعَاشَتْ بَعْدَ رَسُولِ اللَّهِ صَلَّى اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِ وَسَلَّمَ 6 أشهر. According to Bukhari, Lady Fatima was alive after the Prophet was 6 months. And in this 6 months, Lady Fatima didn't talk to Abu Bakr, and there was no good relation. قالت وكانت فاطمة تسأل أبا بكر نصيبها. So Fatima was asking for her right from the Prophet, from Khaybar and Fadak. وصدقته بالمدينة, and also the sadaqah of the Prophet in Medina. So they say that whatever the Lady Fatima was asking was sadaqah. You know the famous conflict of the issue of Fadak. And finally the other Khulafa, after some decades, they came to confess that Lady Fatima was right and Abu Bakr was wrong. And the saying of Abu Bakr that we prophets, we do not leave anything as inheritance, is against Quran. And you know, when there is a conflict between Sahaba, somebody says that I hear something from the Prophet, and the other Sahabi says I hear something different and opposite from the Prophet. One is being supported by Quran, the other is opposite to Quran. So it is natural that they have to accept the one which is according to Quran. How come that Abu Bakr heard something that only he heard and nobody else heard it? And something that is against Quran. Quran says that وَوَرِثَ سُلَيْمَانُ دَاوُدَ. So there was miras, there was inheritance among the prophets, while Abu Bakr was saying that the prophets do not inherit from each other. So Abu Bakr denied to, according to the Bukhari, Abu Bakr denied to give what Fatima salamullah alayha was demanding. وَقَالَ لَسْتُ تَارِكًا شَيْئًا كَانَ رَسُولُ اللَّهِ يَأْمَلُ بِهِ. I will not abandon something that the Prophet was practicing. Means that I am practicing the sunnah of the Prophet. The sunnah of the Prophet is to take the sadaqah from you. إِلَّا عَمِلْتُ بِهِ فَأَنِّي أَخْشَى إِن تَرَكْتُ شَيْئًا مِنْ أَمْرِهِ أَنْ أَزِيغ. I am afraid that if I give anything to you, then I am misguided, I am misled. So I have to do the right thing. The right thing is to take this property from you. And Lady Fatima was not accepting that. So he says that this conflict was there, and the Lady Fatima was angry with Abu Bakr. She lived for 6 months after the Prophet, and at this time she was in bad terms and didn't pay allegiance. Again in Sahih Bukhari, in another place, volume 5, page 139, he talks about the issue of Fadak between Lady Fatima and Abu Bakr. Then he says, فَأَبَى أَبُو بَكْرَ أَن يَدْفَعَ إِلَى فَاطِمَةَ مِنْهَا شَيْئًا. Abu Bakr didn't give anything from that to Fatima. فَوَجَدَتْ فَاطِمَةُ عَلَى أَبِي بَكْرَ فِي ذَلِكَ فَهَجَرَتْهُ. So Fatima, because of that, was angry with Abu Bakr and left him and abandoned him. فَلَمْ تُكَلِّمْهُ حَتَّى تُوَفِّيَتْ. So Fatima didn't talk to Abu Bakr till the last moments of her life. And she lived after the Prophet for 6 months. فَلَمَّا تُوَفِّيَتْ. When Fatima passed away, دَفَنَهَا زَوْجُهَا عَلِيٌّ لَيْلًا. Ali buried Fatima at night. وَلَمْ يُؤْذِنْ بِهَا أَبَا بَكْرَ وَصَلَّى عَلَيْهَا. Because at that time, Imam, who was Khalifa, he was in charge of performing Salat and Mayyit or anyone on behalf of the Khalifa. So not allowing and not informing Abu Bakr, it was a kind of a very clear rejection to the Khilafa of Abu Bakr. Burying Lady Fatima at night, not informing people. Sometimes they say because Lady Fatima didn't want non-mahrams to be there, like what we see that people like Salman were there, and those people who were close to Ahlulbayt, they were there, so it cannot be the reason. So Lady Fatima wanted the people till the last day of the life to ask this question, that why should there be a daughter for the Prophet, and that daughter to pass away so quickly after the Prophet, and then to bury her at night, and also to bury her in a way that nobody knows where the grave is. So the grave is secret, and even her demise was kept secret and her burial was kept secret from the Khulafa. So if a person is to look for the truth, then these are the indicators. وَكَانَ لِعَلِيٍّ مِنَ النَّاسِ وَجْهٌ حَيَاةَ فَاطِمَةَ. This is another thing that we have to pay attention. Is very important. That why Lady Fatima should be at the center of the opposition as long as she is alive, because of her personality and character. It was only the daughter of the Prophet, a woman, could do such a thing. And this narration says that at that time, Imam Ali alayhi salam had a kind of position and respect. These are the Muslims. Imagine these are the Muslims. These are the very people who were with the Prophet, and Imam Ali alayhi salam is the person who did all those sacrifices and those admirations, the event of Ghadir. Even if the story of Ghadir is not about wilayah, is not about imam, is not about political authority. Even if nothing of these things is there, at least according to Sunnis, the Prophet commanded people in Ghadir to love Ali. Nobody denies this. No Sunni denies this. That it became wajib upon Muslims to love Ali, and anyone who doesn't love Ali, who doesn't like Ali, doesn't love the Prophet. So he says that as long as Fatima was there, Imam Ali had a reputation among people. And then فَلَمَّا تُوفِّيَتْ اسْتَنْكَرَ عَلِيٌّ وُجُوهَ النَّاسِ. So after Fatima, Ali was isolated. Ali was alone. And people left him alone. When I say people, you mean that by people we mean these Sahaba. And I'm not saying this, you see, this Sahih Bukhari. So we are just reading Sahih Bukhari. فَلَمَّا تُوَفِّيَتْ اسْتَنْكَرَ عَلِيٌّ وُجُوهَ النَّاسِ فَالْتَمَسَ مُصَالَحَةَ أَبِي بَكْرٍ. So according to Bukhari, then Ali himself, when he was left alone and people abandoned him and everybody cut their relation by Ali from Ali, Ali was alone. Ali had no choice to come and pay allegiance to Abu Bakr. وَلَمْ يَكُنْ يُبَايَ تِلْكَ الْأَشْهُرِ. Till that time, Ali didn't pay allegiance. So he said that Fatima lived for 6 months, and in this 6 months, Ali didn't pay allegiance. After Fatima, when Ali was sort of isolated, Ali was sort of abandoned from the social life. He had no choice other than coming and paying allegiance. And inshallah, I will talk about these things in the other sessions. All these points are important points. And this is important again, that when he wanted to pay allegiance, he says to Abu Bakr, فَأَرْسَلَ إِلَىٰ أَبِي بَكْرٍ أَنِ ائْتَنَا وَلَا يَأْتِنَا أَحَدٌ مَعَكَ. If you want to come to us, come alone. Don't bring anyone. Why he said don't bring anyone? Bukhari himself says, كَرَاهِيَّةً لَمَحْزَرَ Umar, because he disliked seeing Umar. Why should Ali dislike seeing Umar? What happened? What happened between Ali and Umar that Ali hated to see Umar? Ali disliked seeing Umar. فقال عمر لا والله لا تدخل عليهم وحدك. Umar said, no, it's impossible to Abu Bakr. You shouldn't go alone. I have to be there. Abu Bakr said, no, don't worry. Things are under control. Then they come and Imam Ali has a dispute and some points, and then he says that Abu Bakr showed a kind of sympathy to Ali. Ali said we didn't have any claim. So these are the narratives that Ahlul Sunnah have. I don't want to get into it now. Then at the end he says وَكَانَ الْمُسْلَمُونَ إِلَىٰ عَلِيٍّ قَرِيبًا حِينَ رَاجَعَ الْأَمْرَ الْمَعْرُوفِ. Then after 6 months, when Ali came to pay allegiance to Abu Bakr, then people started talking to Ali, started having a relation with Ali. When Ali turned back to Ma'ruf, for 6 months, Ali and Fatima were in munkar. Subhanallah. For 6 months, Ali and Fatima, Ahlul Sunnah, they themselves, they have the narration that Ali and Fatima, salamullah alayhim, they are the Ahlulbayt. These are the examples of Siql Asqar, when the Prophet said, Inni tarikum fikum al-thaqalain. So these people that are the of such a great position, they were in munkar for 6 months. People disconnected from them because they were with munkar. People were doing nahya anil munkar. They were abandoning the evil. So Ali, when he turned back to the right thing, to ma'ruf, then people started talking to Ali. So you look at the narrative. And it is interesting that Tabari, he mentions it from Zuhari, volume 3, page 208. He says that فَقَالَ رَجُلٌ لِلزُّهَرِي, somebody asked Zuhari, one of the outstanding personalities, أَفَلَمْ يُبَايِئَهُ عَلِيٌّ سِتَّةَ أَشْهُرٍ. This 6 months, Ali didn't pay allegiance to Abu Bakr. The guy was surprised that didn't Ali pay allegiance for 6 months? Zuhari said, قَالَ اللَّهُ وَلَا أَحَدٌ مِّن بَنِي هَاشَمٍ. Not Ali and not anyone from Bani Hasham. حَتَّى بَايَعَهُ Ali. Until the moment that Ali paid allegiance. Inshallah, once I will talk about paying allegiance of Imam Ali and the views about it. And this is why we see in Sahih Bukhari and Sahih Muslim. In Sahih Muslim is volume 6, page 22. مَنْ مَاتَ وَلَيْسَ فِي عُنُقِهِ بَيْعَةٌ مَاتَ مِيتَةً جَاهِلِيَّةً. A person who dies and he is not under a bay'ah of an imam, his death is the death of ignorance. مَنْ مَاتَ وَلَيْسَ عَلَيْهِ imam. If a person dies and he has no or she has no imam, مَاتَ مِيتَةَ الْجَاهِلِيَّةِ. So the death is the death of jahiliyyah. And we see that in Sahih Bukhari, I mentioned in volume 8, page 149, that they said فَهَجَرَتْهُ فَاطِمَةُ فَلَمْ تُكَلِّمْهُ حَتَّى مَاتَتْ. So Fatima was in bad terms with Abu Bakr, didn't talk to her till the last moments of her life. So the question is that in Sahih Bukhari, we have the hadith, also others, muhaddis, they have narrated, and they narrate from Aisha, that Aisha says, مَا رَأَيْتُ أَفْزَلْ مِنْ فَاطِمَةَ غَيْرَ أَبِيهَا. I didn't see the most virtuous person like Fatima after her father. Means that number one was the father, and after the father was Lady Fatima in the virtues. مَا رَأَيْتُ أَحَدًا أَصْدَقَ مِنْ فَاطِمَةَ. In other hadith, she said, I didn't see anyone as truthful as Fatima. And there are lots of such hadiths. Again, they have the hadith that she is Sayyidatun Nisa'i Ahl al-Jannah. Lady Fatima is the lady of the women of paradise. So the question is that Lady Fatima didn't pay allegiance to Abu Bakr. And this not paying allegiance, if they want to say that it is only because of Fadak, means that it's only for some material, worldly issues, why should be attachment of Lady Fatima to worldly issues is so strong that she abandons the Shari duty of her, that is paying allegiance to the Imam? And what is the fate of Fatima to die without such a bay'ah? Is she going to hell or Jannah? While she is Sayyidatun Nisa'i Ahlul Jannah. So she is not in hell, she is in Jannah. And if she is in Jannah, but the hadith says that without the bay'ah of Imam, the death is a death of ignorance. So the only choice is to say that that bay'ah was not a legitimate and shari bay'ah. And the not paying allegiance to Abu Bakr is beyond just the issue of Fadak. And Imam Ali is saying that come without Umar means that there were things among them that needs to be considered. So paying attention to these facts and lots of other facts that I didn't mention, at least we see that within this 6 months that Lady Fatima was alive, according to the narrative of Bukhari, I'm saying 6 months. So according to that narrative, that according to Ahlul Sunnah is the strongest narrative, at least in these 6 months they are not in good terms. And Lady Fatima left this world without having a good relation with Khulafa, without paying allegiance. Imam Ali didn't pay allegiance for 6 months. Bani Hasham didn't pay allegiance in 6 months. Were they in munkar or ma'ruf? This is something that we have to think about it. But anyhow, the demise of Lady Fatima at this time and the things around it, we should look at it with much more attention. And I said we have to try to find the clues and indicators, putting them together to try to give a life to fill that space that the event took place, and to have a realistic approach and perspective of the issue. Inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد